Welcome back, everybody. Thank you so much for clicking on today's video. Today, we're going to be talking about Hyliion stock. Is Hyliion stock a buy at $23.95? Where is Hyliion stock headed the next couple of years? Can Hyliion be a top EV company? Well, guys, I hope to answer all of these questions for you. But before we start the video, guys, please make sure to leave a like on the video below. Subscribe to the channel for more awesome content. Join the family, guys. Let's go on our investor journey together. So, what is Hyliion stock? And Hyliion, a lot of people, don't really know what they actually do as a company. A lot of people think, that they produce their own trucks and stuff like that. But Hyliion is an EV company, which is true, it is. But it produces electrified powertrains for large pickup trucks, right? So why is this a big market? Well, as you guys know, a lot of people are racing to get into the EV market, especially when it comes to large pickup trucks, right? You have to understand that it's going to be a big market. It's an untapped market because no one really has a large battery-powered full semi-truck ready to go. But analyzing Hyliion's 5-year chart, guys, IPO'd April 22nd of 2020, right? It's doing pretty well for itself because it did IPO this year. It's up 141%. Even the 1-year chart looks pretty good. 3-month chart's up 20%, but the 1-month chart's down 18%. And the 1-week chart, it is up 10%. As you guys know, this stock actually did used to trade as Tortoise Acquisition. And then they went ahead and did a merger with Hyliion back in October. This stock was trading around $50 a share, if you guys don't remember, and it's kind of been sinking ever since, which leads the question to ask, is Hyliion stock going to recover? For me personally, I do think Hyliion stock is going to recover, and I do think Hyliion stock is a buy at $23.96. Now, obviously, everything I say in my videos, guys, is not financial advice. It's just my personal opinion, but you guys have to understand the reason why I think Hyliion stock is a buy at $23.96 is this company's already projected to make $1 million in revenue by 2020, expecting to sell 20 units, which is pretty good for itself. But in 2021, guys, it's expected to sell 300 hybrid units and make $8 million in sales. Like I said, by 2024, the projection for Hyliion as a company is absolutely huge. And this is why I still think Hyliion is a very good buy. Not because of its short-term potential growth, but of what Hyliion could be in the future, right? So when I'm investing, guys, I like to always look at the longer-term perspective. Where could the company be in the next 5 to 10 years? As you guys know, and I've said this a lot, the EV market is starting to mature and there's becoming more of a demand and more of a want for EV companies. You have a lot of EV startups and there's a lot to choose from, and each one offers a specific product for a specific niche. But what the difference is with Hyliion stock is this company still has so much more room to grow, and I feel like it's very undermined, and I feel like the stock price actually doesn't reflect where Hyliion stock should actually be. Like I said, I could see Hyliion being a $50 to $100 stock in the next couple of years, and I stand by that fully because, like I said, even analysts come out and say that, don't look at Hyliion right now, but look at where Hyliion could be in the next 5 to 6 years, and that's absolutely huge. You guys also have to take that into consideration. Take a look at Tesla, for example, guys. IPO 2003, basically came out as a company, and, a lot of people thought it was going to fail, a lot of bears on it, and look at it now. It's a big empire, but it took time. But now, in today's age, you guys have to understand that there's more of a want and a demand for EV companies. There's more of a want and demand for EV stocks in general. You have to understand that Hyliion being able to make electrified powertrains, making these trucks run completely on battery is absolutely humongous. And not only that, it saves these companies a lot of money on maintenance costs, on gas and stuff like that. So that big companies are going to be eating these trucks up. And even if Hyliion were to capture just 1% of the market, it could hit $2 billion in revenue. That's obviously before everything. But you guys have to take in consideration that that's such a small market. But taking a look at the vast perspective of Hyliion stock and where it's going to be headed, guys, Hyliion stock is a must buy. And like I said, I know that there's a lot of competition out there for Hyliion stock. You have to take, there's Nikola Motors, which, no one knows where that company's really headed right now. But there's Tesla, there's Workhorse. There's so many companies out there that are targeting so many specific niches that it's hard to be like, okay, I want to invest in this company. You guys have to understand, with every market out there, there's always going to be a lot of competition. Take a look at the general car maker, for example, guys. There's so many car companies out there, but they all do pretty well for themselves. The same thing is going to be with Hyliion stock. And like I said, Tesla's already landing deals with these big companies. I know Tesla's already landed deals with Walmart and stuff like that for large battery-powered semi-trucks. But you guys have to take into consideration that Hyliion's long-term growth is their vision is so good, and I think that Hyliion is worth the investment, guys. I think Hyliion stock is going to prove itself to be a top EV company. And like I said, maybe not by 2020 and maybe not even by 2021, but I'm looking at the, projection of the next 3 to 4 years. The Hyliion stock right now, guys, this $23.90 price tag does not reflect it. I think Hyliion is going to do very well. I think people just need to give it time. I know that, a lot of people are speculative about these EV startups, and a lot of people are getting kind of nervous about these companies, being fakes and not really owning up to what they have to do. But guys, I can say with certainty that Hyln is going to have a pretty good spot in the market. Just like I said, with the recent growth of the EV market, even in the midst of a pandemic, imagine that there's already talks of a vaccine. Imagine the amount of growth that these companies are going to be able to sustain when there's no pandemic, and they're able to expand and they're able to grow, right? And, take a look at NIO, for example, as well. Being able to expand, it just came out of nowhere. And I do expect the same for Hyliion stock. Like I said, I could see Hyliion stock being a $50 to $75 price tag just based on their business model and their business idea. Their idea is very, very smart. I think Hyliion stock is worth a buy at $23.91. I think people should buy the dip on Hyliion stock. And like I said, it may have its up days, it may have its down days. And like I said, guys, everything in my video is not investment advice at all. But you guys have to take a look at the vast outlook of what Hyliion is trying to do and the type of market that they're tackling. It's a huge market. It's very untapped. There's a lot of potential for growth, and there's a lot of room to grow. That I know that Hyliion, if it continues the trajectory that it's projecting, that I know that Hyliion stock is going to be worth it. I know Hyliion as a company is going to do very, very well. And I think Hyliion stock is worth a second look to investors. I think people should invest in Hyliion stock, guys, and give it a chance. With that being said, guys, that's all I really have to say about the video. Let me know down in the comment section below, guys, what you think of Hyliion stock. Do you think Hyliion stock is worth the investment? If you guys own Hyliion stock, how many shares do you guys own, and what's your average? Do you think Hyliion stock can reach $50 again? Very curious to know what you guys think in the comment section down below. With that being said, guys, thank you. Have a great day.